KHOU 11 News at 5:30 starts now.
And we start with a developing story. A police officer is in the hospital this afternoon. He was hit by a driver while directing traffic in the Galleria area. The president of the Police Officers Union, Joe Gamaldi, says the officer works for Patton Village in Montgomery County. He was directing traffic in a construction zone on Richmond at Post Oak when he was hit by a Ford SUV. The driver is talking to investigators. The officer was conscious and breathing while being transported. We're still working to confirm his condition. Bolivar Peninsula was jam-packed bumper to bumper with two big events happening on the island this weekend. Viewer L.J. Pips sent us this drone video. Thousands came down for the Jeep Go Topless event and a beach bash celebrating President Trump's Make America Great Again mission. But the numbers paint a different picture about the festivities. 68 arrests were made, dozens of them alcohol-related. 18 crashes were reported this weekend. Our news partners from Beaumont, KBMT, talked to officials with the Galveston County Emergency Services District Number 2, who say one person died. Several people are hospitalized. As people head out of the island tonight, Matt Doherty has a closer look at the emergency response and what people thought of the whole thing.
Things have calmed down now, but we're told tens of thousands of people showed up for the event over the weekend, and it wasn't without incident. The Galveston County Sheriff's Office says it responded to more than 400 calls in just 2 nights.
It's the way of life right here, boys. It's the best weekend I've ever had in my life. We out here, partying. I mean, it's non-stop drinking. I mean, it's a good weekend. Seen a whole lot of stuff. Get you a set of beads. Yeah, you got to get you some beads.
Zach Daly and his buddy Pete Briones have been out here on Crystal Beach camping since Friday.
One of my best experiences of my life. It's this first time I've ever been out here. And yeah, I've had a great time.
Here's drone video from Saturday. You can see that endless sea of Jeeps and partiers. This afternoon, things are winding down. These partiers cook what's left of the food they brought to the beach before they hit the road. Traffic getting off the peninsula is rough.
Been a few little wrecks and stuff like that. Been a few little issues.
The party was far from perfect. Some people on social media say the party on the beach has gotten way out of hand. McKenna Sanders wrote this, quote, "How many people have to be seriously injured and or die for there to be some changes made?" Hundreds of people have signed an online petition calling for an end to Go Topless weekend on Crystal Beach. The Galveston County Sheriff's Office says it responded to more than 400 service calls Friday and Saturday. The sheriff says he staffed the beach with as many deputies as he would for the 4th of July and says he hasn't seen a crowd this size on Crystal Beach since the 90s. From Crystal Beach, I'm Matt Doherty, KHOU 11 News.
Our coverage continues on KHOU.com and the KHOU mobile app. We're updating new information from emergency officials, and tonight on KHOU 11 News at 10, we're going to hear from you. A lot of feedback and finger pointing when it comes to all of the emergency calls on the island. A wild story up in the Alief area. A home invasion suspect died after he stabbed himself moments after he was shot by the homeowner. People inside the home on North Bel Air Estates say the intruder broke a downstairs window and made his way upstairs. The homeowner found the man armed with a gun in the bedroom of his 13-year-old daughter. The two got into a scuffle, and amazingly, the homeowner wrestled the gun away from the intruder and shot him several times. The entire family ran out, and police say the intruder was later found stabbing himself with a kitchen knife even after being shot. That suspect died at a hospital. Police think the break-in was random. In Fort Worth, this 8-year-old girl is now back home with her mother 24 hours after she was kidnapped while on a walk with her mom. The surveillance video was shared all over social media, showing the mom desperately trying to get Salem Sabatka out of the car yesterday. Police found her and 51-year-old Michael Webb at a Fort Worth hotel. Police have not said if there is any connection to Webb and the girl's family. Webb is charged with aggravated kidnapping. The Houston truck driver charged in last month's fiery crash in Colorado has been released on bond. The amount for Rogel Aguilera Mederos was set at $400,000. He's facing at least 40 charges for causing a 28-car crash that killed 4 people. The truck driver's family says fundraisers helped get them the money. Aguilera Mederos claims his brakes went out while going downhill. Back here at home, Houston police are searching for the people who shot 2 motorcycle riders on the North Freeway. Police say they were followed from a club where they had gotten into some sort of argument. One of the riders was shot on the side, the other in the leg. One of them was in surgery, the other was expected to be okay. Near San Antonio, the community of Sutherland Springs began a new chapter with the dedication and grand opening of the new First Baptist Church in that town. Governor Greg Abbott joined church members, survivors, and families of victims a year and a half after a gunman took the lives of 26 church members. The new church features a memorial tower to remember the victims. Blue skies and a lot of sunshine greeted families out in the A-Leaf area for a Sunday Fun Day. The healthcare giant Cigna has been sponsoring what are called Sunday Streets, where they close off an area so families can play. And on Beach Nut today, there was yoga, Zumba, chalk art on the street, and lots of games and giveaways. A great day to get outside. Yeah, it was
Yes, it
gorgeous
certainly
weather.
was. And we hit 90 degrees for the 3rd time so far this year. And you know what? There are many more 90-degree days in our future. Looks like Memorial Day weekend shaping up to be a sunny and hot one. So the unofficial start of summer will be a sizzler. All right, there's a live look out over the city. You know what? What a beautiful afternoon it has been. Again, a warm one at that. 88 degrees right now, the current temperature up there at Bush Intercontinental Airport. So those temperatures have dropped about 2 degrees just in the last hour or two. So the next best chance of rain comes in on Tuesday. Highest temperatures so far of the season are on the way. So far, our highest is 91 degrees set back in April. And Memorial Day weekend looks absolutely beautiful, at least right now, and I don't expect that's going to change. 88 degrees up there at the big airport right now. Look at that. Huntsville, 92, 91 in Conroe, 89 at Hobby, 91 degrees down there in El Campo. Speaking of Memorial Day weekend, a lot of folks going to be packing the beach there. Seawall Boulevard looks pretty full already. Shaping up to be a nice evening down there on the island. Now, speaking of Memorial Day, some top destinations here. I posted this on my Twitter account, so if you want another look at it, you can go there at KHOU Blake 11. Galveston, South Padre Island, Austin, New Orleans, and Pensacola all looking sunny and hot. Temperatures in the upper 80s right at the water, but once you go inland, those temperatures will warm up very quickly. Austin 91, New Orleans 92, and Pensacola at 92 degrees. Memorial Day here locally, 93. Again, that's along the I-10 corridor, maybe even a little better than that as you get a little bit further inland. Now, taking a look here at the radar, we had some big thunderstorms out there through the Big Thicket getting into western portions of Louisiana. Here locally, just a few clouds passing on through. That is about it. You can see that disturbance passing right through Corpus Christi and the Big Bend of Texas. Now, as we take a look up towards Oklahoma, this is taking us into Monday, and you'll notice that we have a 4 out of 5. This is a moderate risk of severe weather from Oklahoma City almost back towards Lubbock. You don't see these issued very often, and it's not totally out of the question that we could see a 5 out of 5 here issued for some parts of Oklahoma as we head into tomorrow. That would be considered a high risk. So what are we looking for? We're talking long-lived violent tornadoes in this part of the country, again, as we get into tomorrow afternoon, something we'll continue to keep a very close eye on. Now, that same system is also going to bring our chance of rain heading into Tuesday and Wednesday. You'll notice there we have a slight risk of severe weather for the Arklatex, but here locally, not really looking at a whole lot. A marginal risk once you get from about the Woodlands and on up to the north and west of there. Here locally in the city of Houston, not looking for a whole lot. Now, our story begins to transition as we get into the latter part of this coming week. A large ridge of high pressure is going to build across the southern United States. In fact, we're talking temperatures in the mid-100s. Think 103, 104, 105. I've even seen some model outputs showing 107 degrees for areas like Jacksonville, Florida. And that ridge of high pressure will slowly build back to the west, and as it does so, it's going to bring some of that heat with it. Now, that ridge will weaken, thankfully, as it pushes towards Houston, but it will be enough to squash the rain chances, and it will be enough to bring us some very sunny weather. And so far, some of the hottest temperatures of the year. Speaking of hottest temperatures, again, we reached 90 degrees today. Those will cool on down into the mid to upper 70s overnight tonight. This takes us into 7 o'clock. And as we get into tomorrow afternoon, this is the lunch hour. Already 88 degrees at Bush, 84 in Pearland, 86 degrees in Pasadena. And you see there 90, 91, 92 looks to be another pretty good bet. As far as the future track goes, really not a whole lot to show you here. Very slim rain chances tomorrow and heading into Tuesday. You can see that line, that front pushing on through, but that front is is going to break up as it gets here, so don't expect any cooler weather. If anything, those temperatures are going to be on the rise. So, real quick, look at the tropics. Invest 90L. In fact, the National Hurricane Center says that they are going to send a recon plane to check out this area of disturbed weather. They give this a 40% chance of development over the course of the next 48 hours. Right now, this is as of 1 o'clock. They're not issuing full advisories on this, so we only get 2 advisories a day. The last one coming in at 1 o'clock. There's the location. Wind at about 25 miles an hour, moving to the west at 13. That pressure holding at 10-15 millibars. Now remember, the lower the pressure, the stronger the storm. At this time, it is of no threat to the United States, and the reason why is we take you upstairs to 10,000 feet. We've got 2 large areas of high pressure. Those act as like bumpers for these tropical systems, and there you can see it right there. But look what happens as we go into Monday into Tuesday. Large ridge of high pressure over the southeast U.S., so it can't go to the west. It can't go to the east either, so the only escape route is to the north. And you see this right here. See those colors coming in across the northeast U.S.? That's a trough of low pressure that's going to dig on down in between these 2 highs. That's going to scoop the system up and push it right on out to sea. So we are not looking for any problems out of this system whatsoever, but it does serve as a reminder that the season is only about 2 weeks away. So for this evening, 84 degrees by 9 o'clock, 80 degrees by 11, not too bad out there. And the 7-day outlook, lots of 90s, Ron. The only chance of rain Tuesday at about 30%. And then once we get into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and heading into Memorial Day itself, it's going to be a sizzler. Temperatures holding in the low, maybe even some mid-90s out there. So you know how it goes. Once we get to the unofficial start of summer, and even a little bit before then, it is summer all the way up until about mid-October. So,
and I'll be poolside.
Yeah, many of us will be.
Or
yes.
on the beach. All right, thank you so much, Blake. And now it's a good time to download the KHOU mobile app. Get it now before hurricane season. You can track the radar, watch Blake's forecast, and be sure to enable the notifications in your phone's settings so we can send you alerts anytime we're tracking severe weather. That's going to do it for us for now. For all the good folks here at KHOU, I'm Ron Trevino. We're standing for Houston. See you back on TV at 10 o'clock.